Mm-hmm. Now you can hear me. Now we starting this. And just get if it get fucking straight, it is what it is. Back to the day before I got paid. My bank. Subway. Rapping for the hell of it. We rapping to stay relevant. Airplanes. To the day. Rap game. Up my slang. Bobby Drake. This started this shit. Nice guy, I like shooting stars. Okay. It's good to see you. I'm pretty sure I don't got, yeah. It's a good mic. You pick it up. I'm sure this one's gonna be on um the Patreon. I haven't put something on the Patreon in a very long time. And we gonna bring up the Mandela effect, how things, because we don't necessarily, since we've been pushed to like not really own anything, while people are privatizing everything that you can't own, and just about much shit, there's gonna be even more of those things because if you're gonna be on streaming platforms where nobody owns anything, then it's gonna be very easy for you to just doctor it, change it. The ISIS paper, The Key to the Colors, by Dr. Cress Wilson, is the book that's on the new album cover. Um, right now it's on Audius, and maybe I'll put this video out in two places. You know what I'm saying? I put it out on YouTube. I put it out on Patreon too. Whatever, we'll see. But I went back to Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folk. Because he's the one that said in the 21st century the problem is going to be the color line. In the 20th century. In the 21st century, in Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's book is still the most prominent issue. Until this day, in my day, it is still which is I'm pretty sure is the 21st century, is still the most prominent issue. Reason I say this, y'all watch that Dave Chappelle special? Watch it 5 times. 5 times. That's a great writer. That's a great writer. That's a great writer. When he's closing and I'm seeing like parallels. The 240 reporters killed by Israel. The Hawk goes 240 miles per hour. The conspiracies, the need for there to be fear, even now. What was it? My brother returned home from Puerto Rico, and now what I'm hearing is that we can't use the airports to go home if we would like to. Which, at the same time, they're trying, you know, they're trying to sow division. People from the forest, from the people of the city, from the people of the hoods, from the it's been a thing. Colorism, what was it called? I dropped about colorist. I was hating on my brother's shit. Mama told me to go damage in the monolith. Wallowing, I won't wake until the wall I hit. This color line, this wall, this thing, this made up thing, about as made up as the states, and it gets into status. Because what you claim you are, right? If I claim I'm Puerto Rican, right? People's like, oh, well, you're distinguishing yourself from America. I think America is a subsidiary of Greece, a corporation who goes out of its way to distinguish itself and to justify its actions. I went into the Congressional building where they have their library, which I'm pretty sure I just got in because I was white. Or I appear white, which is saying something different. Appearances can be deceiving. And I promise you, I've been deceiving for a very long time, myself included. You buy into survival. You buy into staying alive, staying alive. And in Puerto Rico, we've been aware that we've been under siege, military occupation, whatever you want to call it. Um, ISIS paper, the keys to the colors. Wow. Not a book you could just read once. Especially if you're like, you trying to figure out what it is, what this veil is that Du Bois talks about, what this double life, this double consciousness, this separation, this not a book you can just read once. You could, but from experience, when I read it, you're gonna read some very uncomfortable truths. You're gonna read you're gonna find the root of a lot of the reasons why I didn't trust myself. I didn't believe in myself. Uh, didn't have faith in or self autonomy, or yeah, you gonna run into it face first. As soon as I'm pretty good at when I don't know, and I know that I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like knowing that I don't know, because I be looking frantically. I'm like, the way I'm headed, wrong. What the fuck? Where's the information that I need that I've been looking for? In college, I learned about COINTELPRO and the FBI and Malcolm X and Martin and Kennedy and the Venezuelan president. Funny, well, not funny, but they were like, "Oh yeah, the people are celebrating. They're doing fireworks." No, it was timing. The timing was El Día de los Tres Reyes. So the timing was during, you could say, a ritual, because we've been indoctrinated with the Catholic religion, which we had our own systems. Peculiarly, and it's peculiar if you don't know history, we had the Igbo, Ogun, Oshun, Obatala, Oyedama. That's our gods were African. And I'm making a distinction because only Greece, only Greece was like, we're not them, and then started playing a war game. So now we're in this these are our fabricated lines, and across these lines we have different statuses, and our war crimes are innumerable. And I mean that as America's war crimes. Um, it's it's not a coincidence that there was a revival of the church. Charlie Kirk. And that's what they're using it for, the revival of the church, the revival of their white savior. It's not a coincidence that they're that it's happening at the same time. It's not a coincidence that the same Tres Reyes thing was used on us to make it think that we're part of the American dream now, because Bad Bunny, Ricky Martin, and Calle 13 got Hollywood access passes. 3 of them. We had a float when everybody got animated after our governors were making fun of the deaths of the hurricane, and everybody showed up to your door like, "What's up? We active." Funny enough, the next person that came in, much less helpful. More aligned with assimilation. Now I tell you, I've been white appearing a very long time. The things that were used to diminish or try to discredit were and always are where I am from. Because if you're unaware of your history, the person who's highlighting, because again, I don't control media, right? Whoever highlights might be highlighting something for a reason, right? I don't. It's not. It's. I don't take it with optimism that we're being highlighted, especially what in particular is being highlighted. It's not. It's not some shit that Oh wow. They 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 they're 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 fucking with us now. Right? I know. Just like you should on YouTube, Pedro Albizu Campo, he got a speech. They got like a little library on YouTube, and you should look these things up before they privatize the internet, cause that's next. And they're giving everybody digital IDs on X, which I was aware of fucking a while back. So I just put some stuff on Twitter, um, on a new account, and the reason why I kept on making new accounts is because I had an eerie feeling that they're gonna consolidate them and track your data, your being, your isness. They're gonna try, they're gonna fucking try. um, and lo and behold, now Meta grabbed all of my shit and said, "We've zeroed in. This is you, right?" So there's no escaping it. But again, we're shapeshifters. You can call him Uncle Tom. You can call him whatever the fuck you want. You can discredit. What was it? A funny one, not a funny one, but um, well, it is funny. It's funny how Uncle Tom is strong cat, girl strong girl. As soon as it comes to us, now we not strong. Uncle Tom's or whatever. One first gotta recognize that we are spoils of war. Our statuses, we don't have any uh grounding, right? And we were attacked in a way so psychologically obscene. It has not been matched on human soil. And what's continuing to happen to us, so much so that we feel so powerless we do it to ourselves. That we believe we deserve. And through fear, because it's a fear-based system. It's a fear-based system. If not, the last book you see also mentions it. Fear-based system. I keep on saying fear, 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 fear-based, fear-based, fear-based. What is fear? How does fear win? Well, when somebody doesn't know, or when somebody doesn't understand. Somebody doesn't understand. Fear can only be imposed and perpetuated through ignorance. When you're not necessarily afraid, when you're not afraid, or when you know better, you might be afraid, right? But you know better. You understand that's 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 what they're aiming for. Cause fear would make me, now I'm discombobulated. I'm not aiming directly at or paying attention to the things that I know that will bring fruit, because now I have to fight this new thing that keeps on popping up, or this new misconception, or this new or this new or this new or this new, because these motherfuckers gonna change my identity down, and I'm sorry. We got miseducated and told that we're gonna survive if we're whiter. Okay? That's now that works. Not in whole and not healthily. And I recognize that so much so that this is Nick. All right. I'm doing this now because I've already reached the point where I can show love to myself. So much so that this doesn't feel like something foreign. Something that I need this to feel what I was searching for with this. What I was supplementing, it with. Mohique. So the individuals who are who need the soul fear and all that stuff, they're called baka. Okay, let's connect some language. Okay, we making new shit. Baka lao. Okay, anybody's like, oh, gringos, because they speak English or whatever. Guess what? Fuck that. Call them baka laos. Okay, they they gotta be some sort of stupid baka. Okay, and bacalao means not only stupid but cowardly, and that's okay, right? I've been a bacalao. I promise you. Fear shrivels up what you can be. You shine less. You don't shine. You don't shine as hard. You don't speak the truth when the avenue to speak it comes, because you know there's some friction. You know some tension, and you know somebody might be coming unhappy. That the truth is what it is, right? Oh, you're the arbitrator of your own experience, and I don't like your experience. Well, motherfucker, that's not my fault. I just survived it. So this is celebration. I survived it already. Now we just getting rooted, planning. Because we survived already. Y'all trying to scare, oh, you can't go to Puerto Rico, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I know you got them folks that y'all done traumatized, putting numbers on them, right? Oh, look, they numbered me, right? We've been branded, we've been scarred, we've been decimated. Okay, they they decided to give us other type of brand names because they didn't want to damage their private property, and this is coming from shit I done and been read. Okay, so you can feel and you can, oh my god, whatever the fuck. You go do your own business. You do your own research, right? You can look this shit up. The color system, the color cast system is a brand. That brand, right? And so they don't damage their private property. Dubois said 50 to 100 million West Indies. The destruction of the West Indies by Bartholomew de las Casas started at 50 million. Abortion another 50 million, which is incentivized disingenetics. You could even see, and I saw it in the motherfucking interview with Dr. Cress Wilson in a um this fucking goofy some fucking, oh, well, let me introduce to you some more statistics, some more numbers, some more this, some more that. Charlie Kirk was that. Okay, let me introduce you to some statistics and numbers of how deplorable and destitute and yada 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 and woody woody woo, without context, without a whole picture. And no, in college they're not gonna teach you the whole picture. So of course you're gonna go to a college campus and be like, yo, let me argue with these imbeciles. Cause we got taught, yeah, the American dream, the way is through education. And then you recognize that she was denied tenure because her point of view might be embarrassing. That's called a bacalao. Imagine, imagine that your your whole system, your whole system can't even handle your own the people that you're funding to educate. Oh, you and I recognize it early. I recognize that there's a the veil. Education is not shutting down that veil. I came across contemporaries and people who were trying to get further educated, but but these systems are not incentivized to dismantle the system. John Henry Clark done told you in a plethora of motherfucking interviews. He said, "Guess what? Um, why would I pay to fuck up my play?" He didn't say like that, paraphrasing, but why would I play? Why would I pay somebody to watch me? Let's say I'm moving plays. Why would I pay somebody to watch me? Makes no sense. We already know the streets is gone and dead in the sense of a perfect example, permission, licenses. Licenses, the main flaw of licenses, and these fucking Pedro Albizu Campos said this shit in the fucking, and this is not necessarily that I'm just gonna keep on reciting other people's word, but he was like, Ajawabi. He's like, imagine the a health inspector shows up and says, "Oh, that that bacalao está that's fatty and unhealthy and da 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 da." But if that shit's gross and nasty, then he gets the license and that, oh my god, that shit's so good. If I oh my god, delicious. And if you put some butter on this, you some butter on that shit, and by butter he means a little extra on top, right? He said, "Está cabrón." To imagine that this man was military, Harvard, and then finally realized, oh, it's an exclusive club. When they denoted his status, negro, okay? And that word, as it transliterates, especially to English, gets a worse and worse connotation, which is a contorted perspective from a misunderstanding. You purposefully chose to 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 strip information while on top of it using psychological warfare, like violating people, raping. Like it's not some shit that's like new. You raped people. Matter of fact, in Dubois said, for these motherfuckers that don't get it, you can see it on the millions of mulatto faces. Millions of mulatto faces. Like, oh, rapes. Millions. Me having survived, okay? Because I survived. I survived the rape. I was 6 years old. And literature and music is more for me to catalog and recognize, oh shit. Yeah, this did happen. Well, I'm having a hard time coming to terms with this thing. Because what does it mean? Oh, I'm gay? Oh, what does it mean? Oh, I'm I'm impure, defiled. And again, that lens, that perspective isn't mine. God isn't mine. And as long as I need to be validated by God that sought to save and desecrate my soul, because that's the only way you can save. The only way you can save something internally in me is by putting your input, your opinion, your fucking your science, right? Your science is you. Hey, I get it. Pavlov's dog, Schrodinger, Nelson Mandela's another thing. It's if I print 100,000 of these, and then when nobody has any physical copies to reference to, and then I could just alter and oh my god, look at this. Now we're living in two different timelines, and this popped up. I remember in Farius's history class, uh, Howard Zen. As soon as they started leaning towards other forms of history spoken by other people, then they went, oh, guess what? Nelson Mandela. Don't forget. And he made it a point to go, hey yo, yeah, Nelson Mandela. Some people remember him dying in jail. Some people remember him getting out of jail. And the way I can put it is, okay, let's put some hypotheticals for them people that don't know, right? Or might not understand, right? Because I'm not shitting on people that I hope can get and gather this information because I want you to be encouraged from the inside and go seek and everybody don't gotta be a book nerd. Everybody don't gotta be a book nerd, but everybody gotta be powerful because everybody is powerful, good or bad. Whichever way you want to direct it is up to you. Now, that's a lot of motherfucking power. You direct it however you want. Right? What I got on this shit? Reebok, fucking Michael Jordan was like, you know what? Fuck that Reebok, and he put the fucking the American flag right over it. Still another brand. Put a brand over a brand. Smart man, but a brand over a brand. I'm not Reebok. I'm Nike exclusive. Yada yada woody whoop. Um, Another thing, the most interesting thing that I saw when the paperwork was taken back out when they released the list again, Michael Jackson was on there, and he wasn't on the first one. But you already have a propaganda machine that's outed Michael. That's da 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 this XYZ. Oh, he's woo, woo, woo. So it's already the trail has already been carved for something like that to not necessarily slide or for somebody to slip that in there and then okay, more confusion, more this, more that. Oh, let's bring up some more. I've never seen somebody persecuted more in death. When the what was it XXX? He supposedly or did, and then right. Y'all don't talk no more about him. Yeah, that motherfucker goes into the wind. Michael Jackson, they still keep on bringing that motherfucker up. Oh my goodness, Michael. What is it that he put into his music that is so dangerous? And it's music has always been a spiritual venture, right? Even if Hustle would bring that shit up, it's a spiritual venture. Every time you put words together and form shit, it's a spiritual venture. You're aiming at something. I have music that no, will I ever put it out? No. Well, will it ever see the light of day? I don't fucking know. All I know is that on Audius, I have two, for now, albums out. LooseLearning.org has the first one. LooseLearning.org has the first one. Will it be gated and gatekeep to a certain extent? Yeah, but I'm the gate, not some fucking, not some industry, not some. No, I'm the gate. You come holler, email, whatever. I'm the gate, right? Because that's the power we got nowadays. I'm the gate. I'm the portal. You want to portal into my realm? You want to delve and talk and chat and ooh and and see how? Oh, okay, pay to play, baby. Because I can share all this shit with people I meet, anyways. You want to own a piece of my art? Yeah, of course, gated. The fuck? Now it's everything streamed, but you don't own it. So ownership needs to take on different qualities. different 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 needs to adapt. People are laying the groundwork and you can see it. You can see it. The doctor is Dave Chappelle is an incredible writer. I watched that shit 5 times. What the fuck? What the fuck? Um, and yeah, I had writing. You go and you go. Okay, you in writing. Yeah, Maya Angelou was the first woman I ever read that mentioned it in a book. Catcher in the Rye come to read until after, and Catcher in the Rye is a prime example of what that level of trauma can do, what type of fear it can inhibit or compel upon somebody, and it's got the two the main the bigger one of the biggest conspiracies of fucking the United States of the Twin Towers on the book, and you could pull up Brother Panic's second book. It's broken down in plain English. Oh yeah, this been going on. Oh yeah, they've been playing in 50, 100. So much so that now you say 9/11 and ding, 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 emergency, 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 and they use it to okay, let's go carve out the Middle East. They've done it before. The shit in Cuba, the Nazis, the paper clips. Oh yeah, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. But give me all your best ones. But it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. Once you recognize what white supremacy is, how it works, you can't what you understand doesn't confuse you anymore. It just doesn't confuse you anymore. You're like, okay. And that's different because now I'm not so shiftless. Um and that's a nice feeling. Not being so shiftless. So, oh yeah, let me go, let me go cuss out the Puerto Ricans because they're doing this, or let me go cuss out the whites because they're doing this, or let me go cuss out the, let me go put it on the blacks because they doing a bunch in 2020. This is social engineering for you. And Dubois' book was a social engineering book. They said is the birth is the cornerstone. It's like people derived their sociology off of this book. And they had the Freedmen's Bureau where they tried to educate people and da 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 da. And they set up the Freedmen's Bank. And this bank, just like the ones that we have here soon, because of these treasury bonds, was which are let's call them war compacts. That's basically what they are. As long as we continue to have wars everywhere, well, we can keep on making new money because we're going to get it back somehow. Resources, cheaper labor, cheaper. That's how it works. You could be mad about it, you could be unhappy about it, but that's looking at it from a bird's eye view. That's what it is. They figured out in 1970 that they can go to war, and they can well they need to do two things. They need to build and go to war. They couldn't do both or something like that, and then they figured out a way with the bond system. They would mature 15, 25, 50 years in the future. Everybody gets their payout. And if they don't work out, well, the American government's probably fucked anyways. So who the fuck is gonna cash that check? Who's about who? What responsibility do we really have if we're gonna be in chaos? Secrets of the Temple. They tell you. You know what I'm saying? And they use Hebrew iconography, but they act as white supremacists. Zionists. Doesn't matter what you put. That the Muslim, that the Arabs, because they don't consider themselves Muslim, the white Arabs now control all the fight game, all the this. They are all in the same club, and it's a light club. Uh, well, a lack of light club, because technically, on a technicality, melanin is compact light, and that's why when someone gets hit by the sun who has melanin, they turn gold. And that's why gold. Oh, that was the craziest one in ISIS papers. She was speculating, right? She's speculating, but it makes 100. It makes way too much fucking sense, right? All these things are going up, money's going down, the value of resources going up, the value of money going down, and they oppose each other. When money goes up, the resources go down. People that want to be brown so bad, tanning so bad, and misunderstand. And I'm not mad at the regular white man anymore, and I don't seek to keep on projecting onto him that he has some power over me. Cause I've already seen in my life um the power that I have and how spooky it can get. There's no reason to do that all the time, pick your fights, choose your battles. Um Even iconography of cigars and nicotine sticks. Nicotine, the small white. She said the iconography of small white and big black. Right? And the subconscious, like, oh, having more, the subconscious of, like, oh, I'm more of a man if I smoke a cigar, and I'm less of a man if I smoke cigarettes because it's small white. And that's self-imposed, that's self-created in the loop of white supremacy. You classed yourself around having to, exalt Greece and disregard and dehumanize everything else. Matter of fact, some shit I ain't know about till today. I mean, yesterday night was Tasmania. I don't know if it was Tanzania, but another island that they said just they killed everybody on there. So when you see these One Piece stories and all this other shit, yeah, yeah, it's not the first time, and those pages of history are neglected. Those pages of history are neglected. Hiroshima and Nagasaki way too recent to be neglected. And Nagasaki, the serpent spirit, the blood. It's the only. It goes back to blood, and back to blood is back to spirit, because the only way you can make blood is spirit. So whatever thump 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 thump. It's it's not a coincidence that he's called Nika. Naga. Nika. It's not a coincidence. It's not a these things aren't coincidences. Um the God Orb, the PDF, is only available on looselearning.org. And you gotta try to find it. It's like an Easter egg, like the Matrix. It is what, yeah, because somebody cold and do it yeah. But again, if you get it the wrong way, you there's ways to inscribe a lack of efficiency or a lack of truth. There's ways that it won't resonate with you if you're not seeking it in truth, if you're not seeking it for a self revolution, a self revealing. Oh shit, this is what I am. Oof. Yeesh. I was definitely filthy. Um, but I can remember that whether it was my intention or not to be so, there was a distinct time where I was like, well, if this is what they believe, then might as well be it. And that's a discredit to what I am, because that's a very minute and uncomfortable box to put a so grand. The darkest night of my soul glow honey black, purple at midnight, no day dawn may interact. I am the smoke king, I am the smoke king, I am the smoke king, I am the smoke king. Yeah. I am the smoke king. I am the smoke king. I am the smoke king. The darkest night of my soul glow honey black, purple in midnight, no day dawn may interact. That Dubois poem is goes. When I read that like no purple in mid um no purple my purple in midnight, no day dawn may bam. Oh my god. Oh my god. Read some shit like that. I was reading that he mentioned about Hippomenes or something like that. Hippomenes had a race with this woman. Um, and the race was for her hand in marriage, for her heart, whatever, right? I think it is a love tale. He's talking about Atlanta in this analogy. In Atlanta, his concern was, what if it becomes a paper chase? What if unlimited resources, you know, what if this search, this need for these unlimited resources leads to a fault of character, of you missing something in the scholarship of life? Crazy. That man is brilliant. And again, he was not in 1890. He wasn't unaware of the roots of Egypt, the corridors, to libraries, and how significant a good library is. A good library. And that's what I'm hoping. Not fuck hoping. That's what I'm aiming for. A library. Making a library, and then if people seek to license stuff to this library, or want these things to be associated with any of my work, hey, okay, boom, into the library. Otherwise, doesn't really matter. I have my shit on there. Okay, that's the intention, for me to have self library, something where I could go, oh damn, it's not gonna be on no social media. It's not gonna be on no shit like that. It's just going. This is a library, something that I could go. you know. In the ISIS paper, she talks about a volcanic eruption, something that happens, especially if you've been emotionally stunted or retarded at some point by rape, some trauma, some crazy shit. Because hey, we live in that. We're living through it. I was able to recognize, oh shit, I'm revisiting. Da 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 da. I'm ooh, I'm and I didn't know what happened. I couldn't piece the things together. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't conceptualize it. I couldn't reframe it. Again, I was 6, you know, and it happened while I was sleeping. Baka Lao. um, identity never a color. I mixed in hues. And it's oh my god, and it's the by far the most the best written thing I've ever made is that song, and it's the last song on the album on looselearning.org by far, bar none. And what am I to? Oh, let me just give you not quality. Even the stuff that I made recently, I was like, I made it way faster than I made that album, but the quality, I don't think I missed out on quality because it was like, oh, look at this source. So look at this thing inside of me that I can direct, that I can. And the good thing is, if I see, okay, maybe this song, I can always go, okay, I'll put it away, put it in the vault, put it in the library, and not that it's gone forever, but not everybody's gonna have access to the library. Yeah, identity never a color. I'm mixed in hues. Genius child, let me out. Langston Hughes. The envy of my brother. The jewels of a genocide. Disregarded. Raped and objectified. Vicar of God. Are you sure you want my rank? I've played the facade and it ain't what you think. I remember Ninja Gaiden. I remember I got guided into bed misled. My father never surprised me. I remember all the rush, the thunderstorm in my mind. I remember waking up in the shower with all my cries. I remember the incentives. They speak about this. Dubois speaks about this. These incentives, these Hepimines. He put 3 golden apples, and that's the thing that made him stop and stop and stop, and then he won. Same way, they put the 3 kings, the 3 golden apples. Oh look, Bad Bunny's getting in. Oh look, Calle 13's getting in. Oh look, Ricky Martin's getting in. So that means there's some change. Look, we let you in the groove. And in the same breath, sociologically, they go, okay, now in 20, because this isn't 2020, these new literary terms, these splits that were already created through violation and and you can even take root in an identity that has no ground, especially if you can't remember. How the fuck am I supposed to remember? And what I had to do is I had to quit nicotine. I had to quit because nicotine erases the memory. I would not be surprised if there's already information out there that says, okay, nicotine was made and is used, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. Matter of fact, in a movie that had Channing Tatum in it, they showed you what, oh, let me forget. And he hits a little pen, a little nicotine pen. This a little bit, this I made a little bit different, a little bit more special because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to go into Mohique. I remember the incentives, 10 cents for Boobaloo. What's the proof? Throwing up on Sunday just to miss some school was worse when they made me an accomplice, astonished, the pity evil and I the prophet. And I remember my soul shaking, my hope fading, seeing Joy Boy and the kid, and I was so anxious. Door slammed, I got from under the crib when she yelled, this time the relief felt me to live. Decimated in my spirit, disassociated mind. Hatred in my heart, but the seal had yet to find a way to my soul till he put me face to face with a picture of the gold Christ in all amazing grace. He had every hue, then he said, real smooth, he would forgive me. How about you? What a tremendous position to put a child in. The bearer of his own rape, the forgiver of his own rape. Especially when he didn't remember, when he couldn't fathom, when he couldn't understand. Ha ha, que mamau. Bacalao. It's crazy because I've had dreams, many dreams of fear, of somebody trying to impose their will, or we'll kill you, or we'll do this, or we'll do that, or I have nightmares. I would not wish upon my worst enemy. Yeah, I have nightmares. I don't wish upon my worst enemy. And James Baldwin. James Baldwin, when he wrote Giovanni's Room, full circle on a lot of those dreams. Who is someone to condemn? Condemn a man searching for love in the arms of his brother. And then when he searches for love in between the legs of a woman, it's only to discard her. That's not, you know, one for one what he said, paraphrasing. Well, wow, how much better are you, Mister? Oh, I'm just taking advantage. When you look at yourself, just shit. Of course, it's difficult. Of course, it's difficult. Of course, it's difficult to be like, oh yeah, I can't be the same guy anymore. I can't be so loose to the lips. I can't be so willing to be in everybody's circle and everybody's party and everybody's function and everybody's game. Because I want to be all of me. And some of these places don't allow it. They don't allow it. It is what it is. Don't go where you don't go where you're not allowed to be completely. And then you'll flourish. Uncomfortable, but you'll flourish. Go to places where they want you at. Oh yeah, we want you here. That's different. That's different than, oh, wait a minute. That's a different feeling. Oh wait. You don't even gotta say that you didn't. No, we just want you here. That's a new feeling. That's a new feeling. Not a bad feeling, but it's a new feeling. When you somewhere and you're like, "Yeah, bro, you don't got. You coming?" Yeah, it's funny. Ah man, trust. The first thing that that you build upon is self trust. Self trust, which is shit, shit. Trust. Imagine somebody taking your trust away. Your ability to recognize and to not be afraid of your own emotions, of your own experience. We can call it a bunch of things. You're young. You're young. You're young. Still wasn't. I call him yours. You know. You're young was, even he was unaware. He knew, but again, when you siphon something, when you synthesize something in a way for a purpose, when you translate somebody's words to exclude, you know what I'm saying? They say phallus, 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 phallus. The Book of Thoth, phallus, 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 phallus. They talk about dicks so much. And again, these are them Spartan babies, them little Spartan babies. They used to fuck each other before they go into war, so that you would protect your man's back better, because you had already blown it out, so you would protect it. Sounds crazy, right? Amazons was built off the strengths that these motherfuckers just, oh, we don't care about women no more. These myths, right? What do you think? What do you think happens when generations of people are raped over and over again, and then left to themselves, unaware if it was good, bad, in between, what happened? Then they start doing it to each other, family members. Like, you can't imagine the psychological fucking, you can't imagine the depth that you have to go to understand what the fuck. just to just to understand it, not to justify it. These these white supremacists justify a lot, and they can get themselves to agree, and they can put up all type of statistics for them to be like, hey, yeah, look. And the worst thing is being guilty by association. Oh, Nathan, you one of them quiet ones, huh? I like you better. You one of them quiet ones. You're not one of them loud ones. You're not one of them disruptive ones. I'm incentivized by none of you. I could genuinely give zero of a fuck if I ever get paid. Could give zero of a fuck. Do I know I'm valuable? Yeah. And that's a new feeling. That's a new feeling. That's a new feeling. 9 areas where they need to put pressure on you to make you feel like less of a man. 9 areas on top of all of the other shit. And that's not for you to be afraid. No, that's to realize that's how much of the shit you are. That's how much of the shit you are. You don't go out of your way to disrupt and be in my fucking business unless me being in my own business is dangerous. Craziest part, when they start building all these schools and all these centers for higher learning, it's the first place to go bomb and burn Tuskegee. In hindsight, we know he didn't know what we know now that happened. Oh, me, and he was talking about, well, maybe, the whites will come around. And then one thing that he mentioned was inciting and provoking somebody who's ignorant. You're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. I am the Smoke King. 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 The darkest night of my soul glow, honey black, purple in midnight, no day dominate in the act. Luckily, I speak a language, a code, if you will, only recognized by who I would like to delve information to. As above, so below. I exist in more than one realm. Me, matey, lads. Yeah, I exist in more than one realm. And death is coming. It's coming anyways. It's coming anyways. Death is coming anyways. So who the fuck you gonna be? Right? It's coming anyways. No matter how much you try to survive, it's coming anyways. So to reframe it into not necessarily, oh, so let's get out of here early. Not, oh, let's force let's let's force something to pop off. Just don't be afraid if it do. Even better, get ready. Even better, get ready. Get ready for if it do. Just be in top fucking shape. Top form. Just in case. That's philosophy is crazy. You don't ain't no issue if you're already equipped. the smoke king. I am the smoke king. I am the smoke king. I am the smoke king. The darkest night of my soul glow, honey black, purple in midnight. No date on me in the act. It's not. I'm not saying, oh, let's get together and well, let's form a no. Worry about you, your wife, your kids, your family. That's yours. Whoever come across your path, sure. I'm not talking about saving the whole world. Now save your goddamn self. Get strong. Go hit the gym. Go protect yourself. I needed that to be able to handle the hatred that came through, to handle the anger that came through, to handle the grief that came through, the lack of innocence, the lack of exploration, the lack of discovery, the lack of being, the lack of. From fear, fear, fear. Now, do we live in that paradigm anymore? I know I don't. Took a while. Took a while to develop. It really did. It took a while to develop. It took a while to develop. Ah, oh, man. The incentives. The incentives that can talk you out of character. The rewards that can talk you out of character. These are certain things that if somebody's funded by the people who I don't know share in the same type of mission. If you share in that mission and you fund somebody that they might be in a position or they might have a disposition that you fuck with. If you fund them, they're less likely to be able to go, okay, but they gave me a bag over here. Or ultimately, that's somebody's character. You know. I'm not gonna act like I'm beyond it. As soon as I started speaking about racism in high school, they started giving me wild shit. They started even buying me clothes. Oh, we know you're from an impoverished situation, so here's some clothes. I always found it odd that they assumed I was in a impoverished situation, that I needed clothes for some reason. That when they gave me an award, they had to mention all the trouble and tribulation I had gone through. I always found these things odd. And I was always, there was always parents there who recognized, had a feeling, this is odd, why? Hmm. And I was in a weird place. I could see beyond the veil, but I recognized something very peculiar. You're not getting one, the veil is for as much for as much fear that's necessary to keep it up. It's it's that. It's it's a it's made. It's a fiction. It's so cowards feel comfortable. And the grand mass of us will project it, or masses of us project it, because we know no other way. We know no other. We're following the the stream, the current sea, where we're incentivized. If it means assimilation, how can I smile better for you, boss? How can I be better for you, boss? What do you need, boss? At a certain point, you're gonna stop. Especially when you remember, you're gonna stop blowing smoke when you is the smoke. It's unnecessary for me to blow it. They already don't know what I am. They've been trying to figure that shit out. But one, they have a veil, and then once they finally get brave enough to step over to see what it is that they dehumanized, I am the Smoke King. 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 The darkest night of my soul glow honey black, purple in midnight. No, they don't enact. I am the Smoke King. Shit. The ISIS papers. Um, this is a work that is if this burden is not removed, there even may be emotional regression due to the overwhelming sense of frustration brought on by the responsibility and stress for which the child parent is unprepared. Vision me where there is no vision, the people will perish. Vision means the ability to understand the present in its totality and to organize one's behavior in the present to meet successfully the challenge of circumstance present and future. Record companies make millions of dollars playing cheap songs about what fun it is to bring a child into the world when this should be the most highly respected exchange between man and woman. Nobel Prize winner Dr. William Shockley, which I believe is the individual who promoted dysgenics, which is an incentivized or an award system where we sterilize ourselves. Dysgenics. What is it? Hippomenes. Dubois brings it up. Oh, are we gonna get stuck on these incentives, and it be to our degradation, to our detriment, to our destitution? Makes the final destruction of blacks appear to blacks themselves as a relief from the burden of their own genic. This is the same white supremacy dynamic has kept Nelson and Winnie Mandela apart for over 20 years. Now you see why there might be a necessary what the intention might be behind scripting a different history. Because if you script a history where black love thrived and survived past this fucking debauchery, can you come on? You can't promote all that other silly shit. You can't promote it so effortlessly. You sure the fuck can. Sure the fuck can. You can't say I'm not human. And for me to love so deeply, you can't do it. Can't do it. There's nothing that weighs on a soul that moves the soul quite like time. I've had fun today. I've I've had fun chatting with you. You know, I've had fun. Am I done? Am I done chatting with you? Mm, soon I will be. Plug it in one more time, looselearning.org. Plug it in one more time, looselearning.org. Why is it loose learning? It's light learning. Uh, Compact light, more light, more learning. Loose learning is also you lose some of what you learned, right? Get it? But it's not spelled like that. It's spelled like light, Luz, but phonetically loose, like losing some learning, meaning you are most likely going to have to confront some of the bullshit that you learned in this weak ass, even in your colleges, weak. Them shit's weak. I'm sorry, I went there. 10K in the hole, in debt, supposedly. Some debt, some debt that you know what I'm saying. My credit score system, I made sure I go on Twitter. I posted, I came at everybody. just to make sure. Let me fuck up my social credit score before they make it. The fuck am I gonna be incentivized to talk sweetly to this stupid ass shit? Out of your mind. And again, this me chatting this shit up is not for the intended audience. Will hear what the fuck I'm saying. The unintended audience is gonna be repulsed and won't even be looking that far. Won't even be looking that deep. For what? For what? Unless you a professional dick hugger. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that neither. I am not your god. I am nothing better than you. Nothing. Nothing. There's no amount of whiteness. There's no amount of whiteness that I don't care. I don't give a fuck how they portray it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how they look at you. I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about some people go out of their way to copy you. Your language, your lingo. They call it ebonics or these Igbo. They call it all type of shit. Just so they could try to frame something, criminalize something. I speak. What was that book? They were watching God. I forgot what the name of the book is. The author's name starts with a Z, but they were seeing God. That the diction in that book doesn't take away from the it could, even when I'm reading that book, I'm like, in this development, development, development. You live in a system that says you shouldn't be different than what you were. You should be the same guy. You should follow the same line. You should no. What happens if you're leading me to condemn my brother? If you're leading me to fight my brother, if you're leading me to hate my brother, if you're leading me to alienate myself from my family, if you leading me to alienate myself from the people I love, from the woman I love, well, what if you're heading me in a direction that destroys me from the inside? Yeah, yeah, do you mind? I am the smoke king. I am the smoke king. I am the smoke king. Darkest night of my soul glow, honey black, purple at midnight, no day, don't be in the egg. She. You see this lighting? Connected to the source, baby. I tell you. I tell you. I be talking that shit, the light be going, wee. Shit's funny. But again, it's a fear system. Is more stuff gonna come out? Yeah. Is more stuff gonna get redacted, taken away? Yeah, whatever. Point being, we're not gonna get closer to each other um, without a good understanding of who you are. White folks have an incentive to deny who they are. I personally don't give a fuck what that incentive is. It's not worth what I am. And when you figure out weight and the wonderfulness that is what you are, you won't give it up so easily either. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Y'all gonna have to catch me. Shit. Y'all gonna have to co-opt me. That shit was hilarious. How Dave Chappelle ended that shit. He said, what's the code word? I stand with Israel. Bloop. Drop the mic. It's crazy. Bloop. It's just see a writer. He's this writer. You can't. That's not something. That's not right. That's not put. That's that's put together with such care, with such consideration, with such an ability not to impose or push a feeling or a narrative or no. And the guilty by association. I forgot about this. Guilty by association. The Dave Chappelle thing. I've seen that happen 3, 4 times. Oh, we're not gonna watch the Dave Chappelle thing because he's connected to Diddy, and if he's connected to Diddy, he's guilty by association. Okay, let's follow that logic to its conclusion. Charlie Kirk was associated with Candace Owens. Candace Owens is not being is they're also being like, oh, don't listen to her because she was associated to Charlie Kirk, so guilty by association. Okay, so they're using certain people to cancel out the voice and the impact of others. Let's go a step further. Lucian Grange, which Candace Owens is, I believe, the only individual who had voiced out loud, like who was able to go through, who went through the documents and put it out there, woo woo and that Lucian Grange and them, all them videos that they didn't even mention in that documentary where they convicted him of everything under the fucking sun. Brought up every where 30 years of documents were used. And oh yeah, 50 Cent just got his hands on it. Yeah, he just had access. So now it looks okay. We're the ones. Now it looks like, well, yes, we're the main proprietors of our own uh, narrative, whether good or bad, because it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's what were the facts of the situation. Facts of the situation is that Lucian Grange was part and parcel to a lot of these parties, where there was a lot of records or a lot of cameras, a lot of woo woo, and that's the first thing the FBI took. All of that shit. All of that shit. Not even mentioned. Not even mentioned. Lucian Grange at the exact same time you hear Kendrick going on his rants because I don't care about Drake or Kendrick in that battle. Not so much as to oh I was at first I was you can get swept up in the excitement. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. I can get swept up in the excitement. I ain't above the excitement. But instead of biting down and being like, yeah, this one or that one, I was like, wait a minute. The head of Universal is Lucian Grange, and he's definitely sussy baka. Bacalao. And guess what? Not even mentioned. But he's mentioned it in his and he mentioned LeBron James keep the family away. Kendrick keep the family away. And when somebody's unwilling to say something because oh well I might lose out on the next something because if I say the truth of the situation, you know what I'm saying? But the LGBTQ whatever plus AI, whatever the fuck. The only reason that shit's getting extended is because these motherfuckers is trying to make fucking children socially acceptable. And I promise you, as long as the Smoke King exists, y'all's getting cooked. And since as soon as you cross that veil and recognize what the Smoke King is, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it anyways. I am the smoke king. 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 The darkest night of my soul glow honey black, purple and midnight of they done me in the act. Shit. Doesn't matter. I can high beam. My vision is. What am I gonna do? That's none of your business. You want to know better? Look, I got God or PDF. I got the music out. I'm formulating some structure for myself because I need a little bit more mental cohesiveness, more direction. Oh yeah. Y'all think y'all could keep on. Oh yeah, we're gonna distract them. Oh yeah, they're not gonna know. Oh yeah. It's okay. Enough now. Enough are already resonating. Enough is already shaking and baking, baby. Enough. Enough. And y'all already know. I've already suggested to you. You leave me the fuck alone. I'm quite the instigator. I antagonize pretty good. Sorry. Not sorry. Cause I've seen the weight you've put just on my family. Orphans denied their own experience, shoved through mental hospitals, through systems, trying to reconfigure them, reiterate them to more acceptable, palpable beings, condemning them for things that you do, that you taught us. Ah, that bubble's bursting. A very exclusive club is the only thing outside of Africa. A very exclusive club, 13 stars, if you will, an expansion pack to 50, headed by these goofies whose courts are chancery. So it's by chance that they get a one up. The chance that you believe they have the power to dictate. Oh man. Oh man. I've been in your court systems and I've been quiet. And I've recognized that you know, but it's gonna be real bad if everybody else knows. This myth of aliens. People who alienated themselves, projecting their alienation onto you. For you to be isolated. For you to feel that you're not related to anybody, that you can't build a bridge with your music, your words, your feelings, your experience. You have no idea how many people in my family just alone you've harmed with your fear. I would say it gets dark, right? But connotatively, I don't think that's what I mean. We lighten you up. In me in me recognizing my fault, in me acknowledging that, yeah, did I play did I play did I play small? Did I play to the favor and for the favor of those who perpetuated this fear and alienation onto me? Yeah. You don't know better. And I'm not necessarily promoting fear. I'm just promoting you gonna have a rough time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, not whatever these individuals, you incentivized to keep lying to yourself. I'm just telling you what I already did walk through. It's not necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna go do something to you. No, that psychological turmoil that you're gonna be under from not even from not even being able to find the answer, not even knowing that you don't know, and being so proud that you don't know. Ah, that's okay. I'll be arrogant then, cause shit, every single time I'm not debating you, you fucking, you weirdos. I'm not. That's not what I'm here for. And me being arrogant about it really doesn't help nobody, because who I'm speaking to, my audience isn't you goofies. But when you're on the worldwide platform, you gotta recognize you speaking to both friends and foes. You know what I'm saying? If you think you can pretend that it's just gonna go away, that pleading to to uh to a system that dehumanizes even its own women, even its own sons, to a point of emasculation, and then projects it onto you. Oh yeah, we have a war on LGBTQ. Y'all don't got a war on pedophiles though. Says a lot. Says a lot. Who are you protecting then? Why do they even get separate custody? Y'all believe in the death penalty, but just not for pedophiles? I am the Smoke King. I am the Smoke King. The darkest night of my soul glow, honey black, purple in midnight, no day dawn may enact. Oh man. Mercy. Who would show mercy to a system like this? And I've been in your churches that you use as fucking mental hospitals. I've seen how you've destroyed your own children. I've seen how you've destroyed our children. I've seen how you've dismantled our men. I've seen it. And having the information to recognize, oh yeah, oh it's not random. It's not a random occurrence. It's not an officer here and another one there. No, it's systematic. It's imposed. It's the education. It's the economics. It's the labor. It's the law. It's how they view sex. It's how they view war. It's shit. I don't exist in a world all by my own. But I'm also I don't like I don't like I don't like bullies. I don't like people imposing their fear. I don't like that. I don't like that. Using their anger to to get obedience. I don't like it. I don't. I'm not fond of it. And now I have a very different disposition. It's just I'd rather not. Because I'm willing to do something, I'd rather just not be around it. None of my business. If you within these four walls, this my business. My business. You know. We are far greater, far greater than we may be aware of, and that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Because the amount of time you can spend by yourself and discover just new beautiful things about yourself. Shit. Okay, oh you sitting in that same place for a little while. You're not doing nothing. But what are you doing? But what are you doing? But what are you doing? What are you doing? Get that question all the time. But why are you still stuck? But why are you still stuck? But why are you still stuck? You know how odd it is to try to explain the vision to somebody? I just saw something. I just saw, heard something. The spirit spoke. The ether spoke. The that woman spoke. He spoke. I heard. I saw. I feel. I remember. Writing from I. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that when you learn English, they teach you not to write an I. I remember I did. Oh, it's not the most sophisticated way of speaking. It's a great way of invoking. It's a great way to address something. I don't think that I will. I I feel that so this doesn't happen. I want very different. Speaking in I is very different. I am the smoke king. 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 The darkest night of my soul glows honey black, purple in midnight, no day, dawn may interact. I, only a firm eye, only a firm eye can have a good weed. Okay, not a good. It's not a good weed if there's no strong eye. Simply speaking. I'm gonna leave you here. We're around 2 hour marks. You know, it's pretty crazy. LooseLearning.org. Again, you nothing your last look, but like looselearning.org, 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 where you lose some of what you learned, and when the and where the light might impact you to recognize something you've been sheltering. And it's crazy because I think I rapped in the album that's not necessarily a rap album. I'm pretty sure I rapped crazier on there than I rapped on this one. Because the paradox of hot heads make cold plots was a paradox. That whole entire thing is, I don't think it's informational. It's a lot of information compacted, but mind riddled with lynching fields of indifference. Capitalize my conditioning. Sit my restraints and break my intelligence. It ain't so sadistic, cause ain't no telling them. Pride's pulling the power to devour the flower up, uprooted, looted with a beautiful laughter. Master of the sun, some conundrums. We run from the land with this with the one sun. Shit, the way I can put them things, the way I can put them things. See, shit, the way I can put them things. LooseLearning.org. If you don't find me on there, you'll find me on Audius. Guanana 0 Guanana. And that's the starting point. The bat soundness. Trust is soundness of self. Like you could say it's a feeling, but it's a resonation. It's like it's got a certain sound about it. Is this sound thought? Is this sound thinking? Is this sound? You can address and redress things. But first, I love you. Love you, Nathan. Good job. Good job continuing to move forward. Good job continuing to try and applying yourself. Thank you for not giving up and staying determined and recognizing that yeah, this might be a fucking truth. This might be another another voyage, another something a little bit different. Um, thank you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for your peculiar sense of curiosity. Because if I wasn't curious and if I wasn't willing to be wrong, I would have not searched for more information. If I wasn't curious and seeking to not be cruel anymore, because cruelty is cruel. When you start learning cruelty and how you express your information, to feel some sense of power when you don't necessarily feel it. Give me just 1 second, okay, please, and I'll be right out, okay? Um, yeah, looselearning.org.